have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw.
On the outside, and I just want to help, like I said, the fighters that's up and coming,
Floyd Mayweather is reportedly collaborating with Lamont Roach in preparation for his rematch against Gervonta, with Mayweather's world-class defensive techniques and strategic mindset. Roach is refining his footwork, ring IQ, and overall technique. This focused training could give Roach the advantage he needs to win their upcoming battle. Lamont Roach's training footage showcases remarkable improvement. His speed, footwork, and technique are sharp, with each punch landing cleanly and his movements appearing more fluid than ever. He seems highly focused and determined, showing no signs of slowing down as he intensifies his preparation for the rematch. Lamont Roach is resolute in his goal to push himself harder this time around. Motivated by the controversy from their first fight, he knows that he must go above and beyond in his training to demonstrate his superiority in the ring.
I have to come with it all. I have to do more. Obviously, just to secure the win is doing just enough to get a draw. So I have to push harder. I have to train harder. I have to be more mean. I have to be more physical. I have to do a lot. I have to do everything just a little more. And I think that will definitely put me over the hump. And I'm more than motivated to get back in there, get back in the camp, and work hard so I can secure a victory over a pound-for-pound fighter, in which I believe that I am myself.
Floyd Mayweather has always had a strong interest in mentoring younger fighters, playing a pivotal role in Gervonta Davis's early career with his guidance and strategic advice. Now that Davis is no longer with Mayweather Promotions, Floyd is focusing on other fighters, including Roach, adding another layer of intrigue to the upcoming rematch.
Do you will come back to boxing?
Oh no. I'm not coming back to the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing was good to me. I was able to make a lot of smart investments on the outside, and I just want to help, like I said, the fighters that's up and coming. Like I was talking about, like Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't understand why he's not in the top 10 pound for pound. Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Benavidez. The list goes on. There's so many tough fighters out there. So many great young champions out there that I'm proud of.
Mayweather has frequently talked about his crucial role in building Davis's career. Though these statements have at times caused tension between them, Davis, eager to establish his own legacy, has grown frustrated with Mayweather's claims of credit for his success, leading to a strained relationship that only intensifies their rivalry.
Tank Davis, he was a young kid, came up to me when he was a kid, wanted an autograph. I signed his phone for him and told him, "You'll be world champion someday, and I'll be your promoter." Years later, he was working with some people from our team, because our team is huge. We got guys in DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York, all around. He won a few fights. I think he was like 8 or 9-0. I told him, in under 24 months, you'll be world champion. Made the right moves, put him in the right position. He's a multi-millionaire now.
Absolutely.
He was a kid that couldn't even buy a bus ticket. Now he's a multi-millionaire.
This isn't the first time Floyd Mayweather has worked with a fighter. Preparing to face Gervonta Davis, previously, he assisted Frank Martin in preparing for a match against Davis. Given Mayweather's in-depth understanding of Davis's boxing style, his involvement with Roach could be a significant advantage.
Young fighters, he loves to embrace guys. So what was being around, talking to Floyd? Like, what has Floyd taught you about fighting? And has it made you a better fighter? Because he could tell me all day to do that shit he does. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what does being around a guy like Floyd do for you?
He could tell you, go run at 2 in the morning. You know, go do it when, cause 9 times out of 10 we know your opponent sleep at that time. So go run at 2 in the morning and go give yourself a mental edge. You know, like, cause you know you out there working every night at 2 in the morning running. That's a lot of the times your opponent sleep. You know, it could be little things that'll take you to the next level. You know, that Floyd, a person like Floyd, like if he tell you that, you gonna take a lot of heave to it, and it's gonna give you a different type of motivation when you doing it. He could show you something. You know, and it could be the same thing. You know, you might not be able to do it like him, but just it coming from him, it'll give you like a different type of like feel about yourself.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I thought they hear the.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Mayweather has always promoted a methodical, calculated approach to boxing, emphasizing defensive skills and technical precision. This philosophy aligns well with Roach's improving skill set, suggesting that Roach might be incorporating Mayweather's techniques into his strategy. Some critics, however, argue that Mayweather's focus on technical training might overlook endurance and grit, questioning whether a short training camp is enough for success.
You train 6 weeks before the fight, and Floyd Mayweather messed these boxers up thinking that they can only train 6 weeks before the fight and then they'll be good. Y'all remember when Floyd said that? Give me 6 weeks, I'll beat him. And all these fighters adapted to that. Give me 6 weeks, I'll beat them. Only one that haven't adapted to it, I have to give them props where props is due, is Terrence Crawford.
To better prepare for his fight against Davis, Roach is keen on sparring with Jaron Boots Ennis. Roach believes that Ennis's style closely resembles Davis's, and sparring with him will help Roach enhance his ability to deal with Davis's speed and explosiveness. This targeted preparation could prove crucial for Roach's fight strategy.
You did want to see him get some work with Boots. I saw in the interview. Yeah, I'm gonna call Hoops. You wanna call him? I'm gonna call him. What? They say they what? They say that. Shit, that's right up the road. That's right up the road. Look, obviously, Tank cracking. Hoops cracking. Why not?
Roach is confident that many people are underestimating his abilities. He is determined to prove his doubters wrong, aiming to pull off an upset that will leave Davis's fans stunned. Roach's confidence in his skills and preparation has only strengthened his resolve to claim victory.
But came to fight, was a very competitive fight, good fight. Yeah, you wore him down, I remember very well, wore him down, took control, looked very impressive. And the rumor is, not the rumor, the facts is you have a fight coming up in a few weeks versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Yeah. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I want everybody to know that it's going to be an upset.
Roach has openly shared his training regimen and overall skill development, stating that he has worked hard to ensure he's fully prepared for the rematch. By focusing on power, endurance, and defensive strategies, Roach feels confident that he is stepping into the ring as a well-rounded fighter.
30 people, knocked out what, 28 of them, right? What makes you different?
He probably can't answer that question. He probably can't answer that question. But it's the skill, the will. I got the whole package, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sitting there waiting to get hit by nobody, especially somebody that's supposed to be a power puncher. That's evidently a power puncher. I got too much. I got too much for me to go out like that. I'm not saying he don't, but I can't. Like, if anything, I'm trying to flip it around. I'm trying to make it flip the narrative. Like, I'm the one in there.
Jeff Mayweather, analyzing their first fight, believes Roach threw and landed more punches than Davis. Despite being a longtime supporter of Tank, Jeff was surprised to see Davis struggling and not performing up to his usual standards. He felt Roach may have done enough to deserve the win.
The worst decision I think I might have ever seen. I don't know how that's not a knockdown. But anyway, thoughts on the overall fight first, Jeff?
I think that it was a good fight on both sides, and I do think that Roach actually won the fight. I thought he outworked Tank. I thought that he threw more punches than Tank. It seemed like Tank was fighting like he always do. It just seemed like he was just waiting for him to figure out whoever was in front of him like he always do, and then go to work. But this time when he went to work, the guy went to work back. So, I mean, he had somebody that was firing back at him. It's the same way.
Yeah. I think the commentators and most of us at home thought, kind of the same thing. You thought Roach would bank some of those early rounds to prepare for the onslaught later. And when it didn't really happen, it was pretty even. We said, well, this is going to be a one-sided fight. But yeah, it never happened. And Roach, through the latter half of the fight, actually seemed to do better than the first half.
I thought he did good pretty much all the way through the fight. I mean, there was a few rounds where he didn't do that well, but I mean, I thought he won the fight clearly. I mean, I didn't see Gervonta really the Gervonta that I know. I mean, I'm a big Gervonta fan, but I didn't see none of the Gervonta that I'm used to seeing.
Why do you think that is? Roach was pretty lately, valued coming into the fight, moving up a weight class. It's not somebody that they expected to give him a huge challenge. What do you think it was that Roach presented to Tank that made it so difficult for him?
The one thing is that he fought at the right distance, and he let his hands go. And that's the most important part. Is that's how you win a fight, by letting your hands go. I mean, Gervonta was sitting back, waiting like he normally does, and then all of a sudden he finishes him. He always finishes opponents, but this time it didn't happen.
Boxing fan Saz Waka has voiced his belief that Roach outperformed Davis in their initial fight, arguing that Roach's superior strategy and execution should have earned him the victory. He believes that anyone with a true understanding of boxing could see that Davis was outclassed that night, despite the official result.
That they should have counted that point against him. Do you think Lamont Roach won, or do you think it wasn't enough?
It could be considered a rightful draw, but I also lean towards that Lamont Roach won that fight. I believe he won the fight simply because he outclassed the champ. In boxing, you have to do two things to beat the champ. You either got to knock out the champ or completely outclass the champ. But you have to beat the champ. You're not going to just get the win because you survived or you put up a good fight. Bro lost that fight.
Facts.
Like, when you really, really know boxing and know boxing for what it really, really is, Tank lost that fight. No matter how much people, emotions and feelings are attached to it, because Tank is a hero of the hood. The ghetto loved the Tank. Gervonta Davis has been crowned king. My personal opinion, I don't think he should take the rematch, and I think he's already done what you just said. I think off of what he's already accomplished with the draw, he's already in a life-changing situation to where he could change every person around his life forever. He's now what's called a prize fighter, guaranteed. He's now what's also called a A-side fighter right now. But if he does what I like to call the Deontay Wilder and chase the legacy of getting the win, because you thinking from more of 100% on the boxing aspect than the business aspect, which Gervonta Davis has clearly showed everybody, the larger amount of his success is from the business module of the way he does boxing that was being gifted to him through Mayweather and Mayweather Promotions and PBC. But at the end of the day, so and what? That's what he's supposed to do. I'm not mad at Gervonta.
Renowned boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult highlighted an odd moment in the fight, questioning why Davis retreated to his corner after being knocked down. He pointed out that a fighter of Davis's caliber should have reacted differently, suggesting that the knockdown may have affected him more than he let on.
Y'all explain to me how the hell that wasn't a knockdown. That was a knockdown, period. He took a knee for the break. That's a knockdown. You can't pump fake a knockdown. Everybody would be pump faking knockdowns. Y'all gonna be like, Tank was smart for that. You can't take a knee, pump fake a knockdown, and then walk to your corner in the middle of the round and scream for a towel, and they wipe you down, and there's gonna be y'all saying some disgusting shit. Y'all gonna be like, yeah, Tank can do what he wants, because Tank Yo, hey, listen, we ain't got that kind of time, dog. You can't do that, bro. If any part of your body other than your feet touch the canvas following a landed shot, it's a knockdown. Who is fixing the fights now? Oh, shit.
If Devin your God, y'all gotta pay me now. I gotta get the knockout. If not, y'all gonna give it to him.
Who is fixing the fights now?
Tank's team remains confident that their original strategy was the right one. According to Davis's coach, they aren't making major changes to their approach, but are instead fine-tuning their execution to ensure Tank is fully prepared for the rematch.
Shit, I mean, is he a boxer? Do we even need Tank to be 100% to beat Jake Paul?
I mean, I would say be 100% because of his size. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
And Jake Paul is getting better with time. You know, compared to when he first started. He definitely he learning. A lot of guys ain't had no amateur fights. They turned pro and they learned on the job, and that's exactly what Jake doing. You know, especially in the heavyweight division.
Do you think Jake Paul has enough size and power to stop Tank? So without the knee, you have it 7-5 Tank winning it. How does Tank feel after the loss? I mean, the draw.
I mean,
it seemed like he took it. He seemed like he took it well when he had the mic.
I went to the press after press with Tank. I mean, we didn't discuss it. You know, I ain't talked to him yet. You know.
Okay. Looking at all the fighters talk about the knee. Does that surprise you?
Well, you got haters with everything he do. You know, you just got Tank haters. But you know, fighters been taking knees through the history of boxing. You know, so people want to talk. People want to talk.
So you believe that this was an honest mistake when it came down to Tank taking that knee, or do you feel like this is something that happens in boxing?
It wasn't illegal, so I ain't gonna say it was a mistake.
That's why I asked you that exact way. Like, do you feel like it was a mistake, or do you feel like no, this is a veteran move? This is stuff that happens in boxing.
It happens in boxing. It happens in boxing. You know, it wasn't illegal.